Do you understand your net worth? If not, make sure you watch this video because we're going to be going through exactly what your net worth is and how to start calculating it. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat/nomad for 10 years now. I'm now on my fourth country, third continent, here in Lusaka, Zambia, where I do have permanent residency and starting over, setting up roots and a foundation. And one of those foundations is a financial foundation. And so this is why we're doing this 30-day challenge. And it's all about financial literacy to help you get a better grasp on financial freedom for you and what it looks like. So today we're going to be talking about assets versus liabilities to understand your net worth. Now, if you want to actually catch this video live where you can be asking me questions, just go over to TikTok, Jason Chaney 777, and follow me there. And you can catch me every day live and ask your questions there. Here on TikTok, if you want to be able to catch the replay, just go over to YouTube, Jason Chaney 777. Just make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you can be notified every time these videos get up every single day. So first thing is, what is net worth? Because before we can start understanding something, we need to start redefining things. We need to start understanding what these words mean for our personal life, not what we were told in school. And so net worth is defined as the value of assets owned by an individual or corporation minus the liabilities they owe. And so all that means is, one, you need to understand your assets. If your home is paid off, that is an asset. If you have crypto, that can be an asset. If you got in low and it's now accumulated money, that is an asset. If you have a car that is making money for you, that is an asset. Those are assets. Also, if you're using into precious metals, such as this here, these are 1 ounce silver coins. These are Australian silver coins. Let me see if I can get the camera. There we go. So these are Australian silver coins. This one is an American Eagle silver coin. This is the Native American Buffalo silver coin. And all of these are 1 ounce silver coins. And then these three here, these are the American Liberty silver coins. If you can see that. Now, all of these are silver, and then this is a Venezuelan silver bolivar. So like for me, I collect silver from all over the world. It doesn't matter which country it comes from, I collect silver. This is not all the coins I have, but this is just the ones I wanted to show you. Now, the beautiful thing about these silver coins is I can carry all of these right now in my hand. Here's all of them right here. How much money do you think this is worth? Just take a quick guess. How much money do you think that is worth? Now, what I'm going to share with you is you're putting those your guess down in the comments. 1 ounce silver coin is worth $47.49. Now, when I bought these coins were going at about $27 an ounce. So it's appreciated in value for me. But these coins all together, and this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 coins are worth $379.92. I can go to any pawn shop, any Bureau of Exchange, any bank, and I can sell these for US dollars or whatever currency that I want in the country I'm in. This is why these are assets. These do not lose money. This also includes gold. Gold is an asset also. A 1 ounce coin of gold is $3,878. And so assets are things that accumulate value. Now, that's why I said if you have a car that is actually earning money for you, so like if you have it on Uber, Yango, you have somebody driving it for you to where it's bringing in money, it's an asset. If your house is paid off, it's an asset. Or if you don't have if you don't refinance your mortgage, then you have an asset. A lot of people turn their assets into liabilities. And so because of that, you need to start understanding the difference between asset and liability, which adds up to your net worth. So I did a quick search on ChatGPT, and I asked just about around the world, how many people have a negative net worth? It told me of adults, probably about, let me see if I can find it. It said maybe about 108.6 million adults globally have a negative net worth. And then I asked it for a percentage, and it said in the US, about 15.1% of households have non-positive net worth, which is zero or less. So they're saying globally, about 5 to 20% of people in the world have a negative net worth. However, I think that percentage is very low. I think the number is more higher into the 60 to 70 percentile. And you may be like, Jason, how is that so? Look at when people pass away. How many families are needing assistance? How many people are needing money? How many people are using GoFundMe, crowdfunding, group economics to just take care of those type of things? Like back about 15 years ago, the study said in the United States that about 80% of Americans were one disaster away from actual full bankruptcy. Like that is people without a net positive net worth. You can't have a positive net worth and then you're that so close to the tipping edge of survival. And so we have to start understanding, like, if you're in a negative net worth, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you got to understand where you are to be able to understand where you want to go. You have to be able to see where you are and plan out that roadmap. But most of us are solely focusing on purchasing liabilities. This is like when, like, since I've been single now for these last 3 years, when a chick will be like, oh, I like these type of things. Oh, I like this. I want to go here. And I'm like, okay, do it yourself. I don't care. I'm not doing it for you. And then they be like, oh, you're rude. It's like, no, it's not rude. Why am I going to waste my hard-earned money to buy liabilities for someone else? Also, why would I want to be with a woman who only sees life from liabilities? I don't care about Gucci. I don't care about Louis Vuitton. Those things do not hold value. These things that we pay so much money for are liabilities. They're not going to do anything. You can't, even if you pass down a Gucci wallet or a Gucci purse to your kids, what are they going to do with it? What value is it going to hold for your great grandkids? We need to be focused on things that are actually assets, things that are going to hold money, such as silver coins, gold coins. Like it baffles me being on the continent of Africa now and how many people do not have silver or gold just stockpiled somewhere. Like it's crazy to me. To this day, it is crazy to me that people are not focused on silver and gold collection and asset retaining here just on the continent. Every time I meet people, they be like, oh yeah, I got connections in the mind. I'm like, yo, if you know someone selling silver and gold, let me know. Let me know. Like, US dollars is not worth money. Like, really think about this. This one little coin right here, this one little coin, this is almost $50, 50 US dollars right here. Like, this is worth more than $1. It takes 51 US dollar bills just to get this. Technically 47.49, but let's just round up to 50. If it takes 50 to get one of these, why would you be giving this up for dollars? This is worth more. This is always going to be worth more than $1. This is one of the things where school has lied to us. School has taught us to be a slave. School have taught us to go work for things that is not worth money. And why is that? This one here in Bowie, this is a silver. This is a American silver, American Liberty silver coin, 1 ounce coin. Let me cut this off real quick. If you can see it a little better. Damn, I did not want to. Let me change this. There you go, right there. So this one is an American silver Liberty. Let me see, it's 3 of those. This one is an Australian coin, where they mint coins in Australia. This one is the Native American silver buffalo nickel. Silver buffalo, not nickel, but that's the silver buffalo. And then this one is from Venezuela. This is a Venezuelan Bolivar. And then I have some more coins also. But like that, but how many people understand the difference between silver and gold and what is value? Now, the catch with something like this is I will never spend my silver coins. I will never spend them. I will always keep them put away. It's going to be something I pass down to my kids, teach them, pass it down to their kids, keep it going in cycle. Because one day, this is going to be worth its real value. Most people don't know every cell phone that comes out now, every smartphone uses pieces of silver in it. And because it uses pieces of silver, the value of silver is going to always keep going up. The value of the dollar is going to always keep going down. Every currency. Now, currency is the physical notes that we use to exchange for goods. So it doesn't matter if it's a pula, a rand, a peso, a dollar, a kwacha. It doesn't matter what the name of the currency is. It's always deflating. The value of that money is always deflating. That's how, like, if you remember how much Milli Meal used to cost back in the day and compared to what it is now, that's showing you the devaluation of your currency. These are the things that don't devalue. When I first bought these, they were about $27 for one. Now they're at $47.49. And I wish I would have known this, because I would have had an opportunity back when I was in the military to buy it when it was like $5 to $10 US a coin. You know, if I could go back and redo those times in the military, all that time I spent drinking, being stupid, and if I would have just invested in this, I would be rich. Between this and gold, I would be rich by now already. That's why, like, I tell people, like, we can't complain too much. A lot of times our problems is lack of awareness around actual finances, and then the way we just misuse money. I've drunken away a lot of fortunes on nonsense, letting these alcohol companies get richer, when I could have been focused on myself, focused on generational wealth for myself. And I really recommend you to start educating yourself on gold and silver, especially being on the continent, man. Like, I wish you all just understood, like, how much opportunity is out here. Like, when people are doing these little mini gold rushes, every time someone finds gold and they're digging just to go sell it. I'm like, why are you selling this? Hold on to this. Why are you selling your land? Lease that land. Don't sell the land. And that goes into another thing. Land is an asset. Land is such a big asset, you can't even put a value on it when it comes to net worth. You can always mortgage land for a loan if you need it. There's no bank in this world that will turn down giving you a loan for land. Land is so priceless because you never know what type of minerals are on it or underneath it. And here, like in Zambia, where people don't dig that much, I feel like there's a lot of resources on land here that people just don't even know, because they don't dig. And when they do dig, it's usually just using shovels, pickaxes. It's the primitive tool. So you're not even getting deep enough to catch some of these veins and actually following the veins to see how deep and far they really go. And so, like, all of these are assets. Car can be an asset if you're purchasing a car and you have it making money for you. But if you purchase a car for a daily driver, it is now a liability. A house can be an asset. If you improve your house, keep the house up, and if it's paid off, that house is now an asset. But it's an asset in two ways. You can rent it out to where it's bringing in your rental income every month, or you can sell it for a large sum or a capital gain. That is the way that a house can be an asset. Now, in the U.S., it's a little different. If you're in the U.S., most likely your house is a liability. Most likely your car is a liability. If you have a car loan, that's a complete liability. But for your house, it can be a liability. If you don't understand what type of mortgage you're in, if you're in an adjustable rate mortgage, you're in a liability. You should never do adjustable rate mortgages. Those things should be illegal. It's literally predatory loans on people who don't understand finances. It is crazy. That's why even when I had my house in the U.S. and I was paying my mortgage before I moved, I was paying my mortgage twice a week. The reason being is I was making sure to pay down the principal. That was going to save me thousands and thousands of dollars off of just interest if I would have just stuck to the minimum payments. So I don't think that really exists as much here on the continent, but that is an American problem. But I do think you all are slowly going there to where you're starting to get opened up to more loans and things of that nature for building or for home purchasing. So you want to be cautious of that. But like, to understand your net worth, all you have to do right now is go around, just write down all of your assets, all of the things that are earning money for you, and then go write down all of your liabilities. And then subtract your liabilities from your assets. If your liabilities are more than your assets, you're in a negative net worth. And like I say, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't start getting sad and depressed. All you have to do is now realize, okay, I've collected too much liabilities right now. Let me start transitioning this to assets. This is one of the reasons why now I'm into asset collection. What I mean by that is I collect silver coins. I'm slowly working my way up to start getting gold coins. I think I want to get a tenth of an ounce of gold. There are fraction gold coins also. But if you can't afford gold, go to silver. Silver is the most affordable. So like I do plan on getting gold coins eventually. This is why I focused on purchasing land as soon as I had got my residency here in Zambia, because that was all asset collection. It was about getting the assets to where it's building up my net worth. And so the next stage for me is to start actually building my rental incomes. Once I build my rental incomes, each house that I build, each tiny home will be a different asset. Each one is producing revenue. Even if you've noticed that I've been doing all of these books, like I have a goal of putting out 100 children's books by the end of this year. I'm not releasing them yet, so please don't ask me. They're not going to be released until next year. Right now is about building the catalog. But you may be like, oh, what's the point of that? As soon as I have 100 of those kids' books already ready, one, I can flood the market with it with advertising and marketing. And two, I can bring the prices so low. I'm even thinking about now having it at about 50 cents to where it signs up and you just pay 50 cents. 50 cents, that's it. To get the PDF, the printable download of the book. And then if you want to print it out for your kids, you can print it out. Or you can just have the digital download and that way they can read it on their phone or on a tablet. But the catch with it is, once I have those 100 books, that is 100 different assets that I have created. Like, do you understand that? That is 100 different assets that I have created. If those 100 assets just bring me in 50 cents every single month, that is $50 coming in a month from me doing nothing else. I've only put the time into creating those one. I don't have to recreate them anymore. But on top of that, once I create those 100 pieces of assets, once I start translating those into different languages, and I'm just have the artificial intelligence doing it, exact same book, but then let's say you can get it in Bimba, in Zulu, in Xhosa, in Nyanja, in Setswana, put it in Spanish, in French, in Portuguese. It has now multiplied the earning potential of those assets. So now that 100 assets can now be 500 assets if I use 5 languages, 700 assets if I use 7 languages. It becomes 1,000 assets if I use 10 languages. Like, really look at what I'm talking about here is taking advantage of compounding with assets. And I really recommend you, if there is something that you want to do to start creating assets, use AI. Just go into Google Gemini or go into Chat GPT and ask it, hey, what are some ways to create assets? I'm gonna do it right now here for you. Let me say, hey, what are some ways to start creating assets for someone without experience and a lot of money that I can do 2 to 3 hours a week? And let's see what it says. First thing it started with, digital assets. First one, ebooks / workbooks. Then it said knowledge-based assets, blog or newsletter. 3, micro investing. Fractional shares, ETFs, and that's talking a little bit like crypto or getting into your stock markets to where you're getting dividend exchange, things of that nature. Creative assets, children's books, coloring pages, affirmation cards. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to start creating some affirmation cards tomorrow. That was just a few different ones just from me asking AI, and that took me less than 3 minutes, and I did it right here with you. Start utilizing AI to your advantage. For every single day of these 30 days, I highly recommend you going on AI and asking it questions around finances. But like just that as simple right there showed how to create assets. So right there, that shows you Jason isn't lying. Like I want you to see, like I'm not sharing these things with you to what I'm doing to try to brag or boast. I want you to see that you can do these things also. Like I'm not sitting here writing out the whole script for all of these kids' books. I'm just prompting AI. I'm just telling, hey, I want to write a book around this type of theme. This is what I want the children to learn at the end of it. And then I tell it, hey, let's start creating. Let's do a roadmap of the story. And then once it roadmaps the story, I clean up the story a little bit. I'm like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's add in that. And then I start working on creating the characters. And then I filter it through to get the characters and have continuity for the characters. But like all of that is only possible because I'm doing it. But you can do this also. This is, you can, mind you, ChatGPT has a free version. Google Gemini has a free version. If you are a student, you can get not only Google Gemini for free, you can get Google VEO3, which is amazing, for free. So like if you're a student here on the continent, or if you know a student that lives in the house with you, use their student ID to get this stuff for free, man. Utilize everything to your advantage. But please focus on assets. If like right now, it's the first day of October. You might as well look at this as the first day of 2026. This last 3 months is what's going to dictate how your 2026 is going to be. If you're spending your time wishing, wanting, but out drinking, you're not going to change anything for 2026. But if you're taking the time now to just doing something, putting something in place, start focusing on assets, focusing on your financial freedom, 2026 is going to look a whole lot better. This is one of the reasons why I set this literally, it's almost an unreasonable goal of creating 100 kids books within 90 days. I just now created book 9 and 10 today. Like I just created book 9 and 10 today. So if just going about the rest of the year, the end of this year, if I do just one book for the rest of every day, I'm well over 100. I'll be at about 102 or 103 books. But it's taking dedication, it's taking commitment, and it took a decision for me to say, this is what I want to do, and this is where I want my life to go. Because I said for 2026, I want to have at least 100 and about 130 pieces of different pieces of asset collection, meaning 130 things that are assets in my life that can actually be producing me revenue. Yes, I have crypto as asset. I have land as an asset. I have a car investment as an asset. I have silver, like I showed you here. These are the silver coins. There we go. All of that silver bullion. I'm going to pick up some more silver when I go to SA. Next time I'm in SA, I'm going to probably pick up a silver bar. I think I want to get a 10-ounce silver bar. I feel like that'll be cool to have. And then I want to actually start looking into getting fractions of gold coins also. And it's just to diversify my precious metals. But also I'm looking into the stock exchange here for Lusaka. I do have stocks in the US. I have crypto in the US. I only invest in dividend paying stocks. I do not invest in stocks to day trade or anything like that. So I've been doing a lot of looking at different dividend paying stocks here in Lusaka. So seeing which ones I'm going to invest in. And I recommend you doing the same, because if you do not start educating yourself on this, no one's going to bring you this information. And school and university is not teaching this. If universities was teaching just a fraction of this, you know how many students could be utilizing their school money they be getting from school just to be buying assets, be purchasing land, all of these different things. Like, think about it right, like from this before I head out. Think about all the students that are going to go and get drunk this weekend. Tomorrow's, in 2 days, is Friday. How many students, people in the university is going to go get drunk around the world? I'm not just talking about here in Zambia, around the world. How many students are going to be out drunk? And they're using the money that they're getting from going to school. Imagine if just a third of those students was using that money to purchase land. Like here in Zambia, there's land for 5,000 kwacha. There's land for 20,000 kwacha. There's land for 30,000 kwacha. It may not be the prime land in the city, but it's still land for sale. And then imagine if they did that for year one of just getting them a couple of pieces of land. Then year 2 and 3, they took the time to slowly build up a house, slowly build them up a house to where when they finish their education, they now have a house. Then year 4, they put in a complete off-grid system using just the money from school, the excess money they have from school to put in the off-grid solar system. By the time they finish, they have a fully paid off home built for them, have their own land paid off. Are you really that stressed anymore? We have to start looking at things very different. I have been very skeptical about crypto because of scams. And Boogie, tell me about that. What type of scams are you seeing? So with crypto, you shouldn't be worried about. Let me rephrase that. With crypto, you need to have your own wallet to purchase. So now there's different types of wallets. If you're going to invest a lot of money in crypto, you need a cold wallet. A cold wallet is a wallet that is, let's say like if this was a cold wallet, this isn't one, but if this was a cold wallet, all my crypto would be here. And whenever I need to transfer crypto, I would have to connect it to an internet source, such as my computer. I would have to put in my pass key, and then I would actually be able to move the crypto back and forth. And as soon as I take it out, no one can touch it. It's not connected to the internet or anything. There's nothing to it. Your crypto is just sitting there. That's what a cold wallet is. Now, if you're using something like Robinhood, Coinbase, Crypto.coin, there are things that can happen. Yes. The probability of being hacked is there, but it's not as high as people think. I do hold crypto on those type of databases. I'm not that worried about it. But I do move that crypto around whenever I need to, but I do watch the numbers. If people are trying to get you to buy meme coins, you need to do due diligence. You need to understand what that meme coin is. You need to read the white papers. Bitcoin and Ethereum are like savings accounts. I don't see those going anywhere soon, but do not put your retirement into Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is not a smart move for most of us because of the price of where Bitcoin is right now. It's too far gone. Like if I had the chance to go back when Bitcoin was $500, I would have been putting all my money into it every month, knowing what I know now. But hindsight is, hey, it don't help you. But also with meme coins, if you're purchasing a meme coin, I'd recommend never purchase. With meme coins, you need to get meme coins at a very, very early rate. Like I'm looking at a meme coin now. I'm not going to say the name because I'm not giving financial advice on that. The meme coin that I'm looking at now, about $50, is going to purchase me maybe about 5 to 6 million of those coins. So do you see, like, it's for the amount of coins that I'm getting, for the little bit of money, it makes it worth it to where I'm not stressed if it takes years for it to actually reach to where I want, or if it doesn't reach, it's no big deal. But like even like my Shiba Inu, I have about 10 million of those coins. I think I paid $40 for them. I got in it so low. Back when Dogecoin first came out, I had almost 20 million and I made a lot of money off Dogecoin. I wish I would have held out a little bit longer, but crypto isn't bad. You really have to educate yourself. Do not get into any crypto Forex scams. Also with Forex, if someone's telling you, oh, if you pay this much money, you can get this much return back in this amount of time, it's a scam. They're doing a Ponzi scheme. There's no product there. Real Forex is day trading. Real Forex is a system. Because I know real Forex traders, they are on top of that every single day. Forex is a job. When people are like, oh, you can just do Forex and make money in your sleep, they're lying. Forex is a job. You need to learn how to read the market. it is it's complicated. It is very complicated. There's different strategies out there, but very few strategies really work. There's only two people in the world that I know that I trust with their strategies, and I've seen their returns to where I know they know what they're doing. And I guarantee you don't know those two people. You can't even find them on social media. So real Forex people, they're not on social media. They're not even talking about it. Majority of the ones that are telling you about it are scammers. But in Booyah, if you're still there, let me know what is your biggest fear with the scam on crypto? Because there are scams out there, but you just got to be careful. Don't ever put too much money into one nest egg. And I recommend, honestly, this. If you're going to starting out getting into crypto or something, start out with these they call them lotto miners. These are little blockchain miners. And you have the opportunity, the chances of you winning with one of those is slim to none. You can. Like this one is a 500 gigahash. I'm about to order a 4.8 terahash, which is about 400 times stronger than this one as far as solving the blockchain. So like with stuff like that, I do invest in it. When I was making a lot of money on crypto, I was investing in blockchain farms. But things in that I didn't have control over. And so things did hit the fan to where I lost a lot of money out of it. But it was a great learning lesson, and it showed me the possibility of crypto mining. So that's why now I'm doing solo mining. Even as I'm building out my properties over the next few years, every rental house that I build is going to have those type of solo miners attached to them, because I am going to have a full solar grid on all my properties. So like for me, even my rental incomes, yes, it's going to be bringing in monthly rental, but also if each house, whenever it hits a blockchain, that's just more money for me. And if you hit a blockchain, that means you get paid 3.12 Bitcoin. I use Robinhood and I use Coinbase. Those are the two that I use. I know here, I think Yellow Card got closed down, or they did something with it. But be careful, because there are some scam ones on there. And like I say, do not put too much money into those crypto platforms, because you never know if some are going to go out of business or some scams. But Robinhood, I've been with them for over 5 years. Coinbase, they've been around long enough now to where they're pretty much a trusted source. And I don't know if you can use them here on the continent, but crypto.com was real good also. Because I used to have a crypto ATM card that I was using with Bitcoin. And I used to just keep Bitcoin on there, and then I would just travel and just swipe my card like normal. It was really cool. Really good thing. But y'all have any other questions before I hop off? And Booyah, if you're still there, I can't tell if you're there or not. Let me know. Because when someone says they're afraid of something, like I really want to understand the root of the fear. Because the one thing with finances and financial literacy and freedom, it is hard to progress if you're afraid of something. Like you can't have fear in it. And this is why I say don't. Let me know what's the fear around, so I can try to help you. Because the thing with fear is going to stop you from moving. So there's, like we all know about fight or flight, but the thing with fear, it invokes froze or freeze, and that means we don't do anything. So like having money, just having currency, just sitting and not going out and making babies for you is not good. It's actually because it's deflating. Like currency loses money in two ways. It loses money by deflation. Like your currency is always deflating. That's just a natural part of currency. Like here in Zambia, once they introduced the new notes, the currency deflated. Like even right now, like how the kwacha is doing decent, is not at an accurate number. And once it is going to eventually drop again, because if you read the book, The Rise and Fall of Nations, whenever you introduce higher currencies, it'll slowly put like a boost in your currency, making it look like the money's inflating, but then it has a dip where it drops, and then it hits a big deflation, and then it'll settle back out. And then also you have inflation. The inflation is just the goods of tariffs. So like if you start seeing how prices are going up on goods, things are never going to get cheaper. Things are going to always keep getting more and more expensive. And so that just takes away from the buying power of the money that you have. Like 100 kwacha today is not the same 100 kwacha as 5 to 10 years ago. It doesn't have the same buying power. And that goes to dollars too. I know a lot of people think, oh, dollar is king. Dollar has so little buying power as it used to. I think now 100 US dollars is equivalent to what $20 used to be 10, 15 years ago. As far as the buying power, you're not purchasing that much goods anymore. And then let me see. I think MJ, is yellow card legit? Um, I can't say yes or no. I believe it is legit, or it was legit. I don't think yellow card's around anymore. Because Zambia is slowly getting into the apps. Zambia is slowly updating. I don't. There's a few questionable things that I do see out here with Zambia as far as app base. I don't trust a lot of your developers here or the people that are developing the apps. One, because I don't see very clear, legible white papers, meaning what is the basis behind it, who are the people all involved, and because y'all have too leniency of laws here when it comes to financial legalities. And I think that's one of the things the president is working on here. A lot of people don't realize it, but he's trying to catch your legalities up with finances to the rest of the world. With yellow card, I would do it if it, but I don't think you can get on yellow card anymore. I thought they closed it out. But with yellow card, I would do it. The Lusaka Stock Exchange app, that is very legit. I went and talked to a couple of the different stockbrokers just to make sure, hey, are you all real? Where's your physical building? Let me see your credentials, everything. So Lusaka Stock Exchange is very legit. I do highly recommend that. Every Zambian should be on Lusaka Stock Exchange, even if you're just putting a 50 kwacha a month aside, and you can do what they call it dollar cost averaging. But what you would do here is kwacha cost averaging. Whatever you can set aside each month just to put into stocks, you would do that every single month to take advantage of compounding. And you want to take advantage of dividend earning stocks also. So like I've been looking at Zambeef because they had a big dip. I like to buy in the dip, by the way. When things go on sale is how I look at it. So when stocks go down, most people want to sell. I want to buy. I like to buy when things go on sale. I like to really maximize the amount of stock that I'm getting for my money. I've been looking into Airtel, BATC. I'm looking into investing in them. And there's a few other ones that I'm looking into investing to as far as the Lusaka Stock Exchange. But don't be afraid to invest. Just invest little amounts. Don't go big. Do not throw your retirement into anything, not stocks, trust, bonds, especially not crypto. I didn't get the answer on yellow card because I logged out. Oh, so I said with yellow card, I don't think yellow card is legal anymore. I think they've actually closed down. But with yellow card, I can't say yes or no. I would just say if you're going to take the chance, don't do a large amount. And this goes for anything. Like even with the larger platforms, MJ, I don't keep a lot of crypto money in there. Robinhood, I have a certain number that I reach. Once it reaches that number, I move crypto around. Even now, I'm waiting on China to send me my cold wallet because I ordered one to put majority of my crypto on. If you're going to go big into crypto, you need to start looking into cold wallets. Do your due diligence, find out which one's going to work best for you, and get one. Make that sacrifice, get a cold wallet. Do not just have your money sitting over on a platform. You don't trust any platform. You don't have control over it. And also, you never know when a government can be like, hey, we're taking you down or something like that. That's what happened with my blockchain mining. The US government took them down and it cost me a lot of money, man. I was on track to hit a net worth of $10 million in Bitcoin. It would have been last year actually, but it was taken down and I was heavily invested in it. And also all of the money that I was earning, I was throwing back into it because I was really taking advantage of the compounding. And so I don't recommend doing that. But like with these, where I have my own little private, the government can't do nothing about it. They have no control over this. This is all mine. It belongs to me. And it takes all of that middleman out. It takes all of a lot of the risk out. The only risk I have now is if I get an electrical shortage and it shorten out my machines. And that's why this one's off. I have to actually go on here. I'm gonna take it apart. I need to see with my circuit tester to see if there's a shortage somewhere. Hey, how you doing, Santorini? How you been doing? And then see if I can get it back working. If not, I either just order a new one or get a replacement chip for it and then get it back going. But now, when I first bought those, I was just testing them out. Yes, property and coins are always much better. Property and coins are always much better. Property is king. Nothing will ever beat property. Real estate is always number one. It doesn't matter where that land is. There's no such thing as undesirable land. Like, take Johannesburg. Johannesburg used to be a bush at one point. Lusaka used to be a bush. All the things that we call major cities now, if you look at the pictures in the past, it was nothing there. A few individuals saw potential and they was like, man, I'm going to build this up. Everyone else said they were crazy, and those people became super rich. You will never go wrong with property. I'm always on the hunt for very affordable, low cost property, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone eventually that's going to either need a place to rent to stay, or they're going to actually need food production. Oh, you're a real estate? Oh, so you already know this, Mbui. You already know this. You should be coming up here telling people about investing in property. But a lot of people are afraid to invest in property. I do not understand it. I wish I could do talks at these universities and start talking to some of these students, because I'm like, I get annoyed when I see a university student out drinking, out to eat. And I'm like, bro, use that money for your future. I know, like, because I used to think it too, like, oh man, it's going to be a long time before I get old. But what they don't tell you is old is when you got to start paying bills. That's when you get old. Once you got bills you have to pay, you're old. Because then you're working, you're struggling, you're sacrificing every single day. And once you get in that cycle of just paying bills, you're not focused on asset development. And so it's better to do it young and then go out and drink and stuff when you know you got a home that's built. You got your own piece of land developed. And if I could have redone my years in the military, I would have heavily invested in the southern region of Africa. I would have made sure to got some type of residency, citizenship somewhere. And I would have been buying land for pennies on the dollar. Like, I would have been investing in so much land. I wouldn't have went out to drink. I wouldn't have been going out with friends. I would have done a whole lot of things different. But you don't know. And the sad truth is, who in our communities and in our families are telling us this stuff? I'm so sick of seeing uncles telling people, hey, let's go have a drink, or they drinking and drunk in front of you. And it's like, bro, you can't tell me about how to get some assets. You couldn't have told me back in the day to be purchasing coins. Like, all of these different things, like it's crazy. And like, for South Africans, you all actually have one of the mints. Like, there's very few mints left in the world. There used to be one in here in Zambia. I don't know what happened to it. And the people don't know. I be asking them, like, where is the mint? Like, there was a Zambian minted silver coin, 1 ounce silver coin, and I can't find it. So like, I'm gonna go to the Bank of Zambia one day and see if they have it. But I talk to other banks, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, dude, I've researched this on the internet. Like, there's supposed to be a Zambian 1 ounce silver coin. It was a collector's edition coin. I'm like, where is it? Where is this stuff? And it's crazy. And also, like, here in Zambia, wherever you find gold, there's silver. You can't have a gold vein without silver deposits nearby. They destroy the silver here. or what they think they destroy. They only focus on the gold, so everything else is just thrown away. And so, like, I'm even trying to figure out how to start eventually purchasing in the next 2 or 3 years, just a lot of the disregarded, I guess, gold dust or the dirt that they get rid of. The same way how the Chinese do in SA, because there's better equipment now to where you can start moving some of those things off, and you can start getting even the smallest amounts of gold and silver off of there. There's a lot of money in precious minerals. And also, before I go, let me just say this. If you're in a country that have precious metals, country of precious metals, some of the things y'all future politicians need to be saying before you all elect them in is, how are they going to guarantee you a stipend off of those metals? Everything that the government is making or these companies are coming and paying for, you, the people, should be benefiting from it. Other parts of the world, the people benefit off of their precious resources. They get a stipend off of it. That's why Dubai and Kuwait have so much money. Their people get a stipend off of those precious metals and resources. You all need to also start voting and electing officials that are going to benefit you. Stop this one-sided, oh, you're an elder, you're a leader. No. A real elder and a leader is going to lead you to success, financial success. Let's be clear about that. We've all been led long enough to womanizing and to drinking and being nothing. We now need to be led to financial success. You all deserve your stipend. There's no difference than anywhere else in the world. If people in Dubai can get it and people in Kuwait can get it, you all can get it too. Like people who are natural residents of Alaska, they get a stipend off of those oil reserves that are there. Like, start doing it. Stop giving up all of your resources to these foreign nationals that do not care and destroying your environments. You cannot go to those countries and do the same thing. If I was to go to China today, open up a company legally, if they allowed me to, and if I found gold or silver, they are going to kick me out of that country and they're going to take over that gold and silver wherever I found it. You all need to start doing some of the same stuff. Like tit for tat. Like it's time to be an empowered African. Like there's nothing third world here, guys. I say it all the time. I love being here in Africa. If you look at any foreign national that is living here on this continent, they are loving it. You don't see them complaining about not wanting to be here. The only stuff we use to complain about is electricity load shedding or the crazy driving. Outside of that, there's not much complaints here. So you need to start realizing you all should be getting the same amount of benefits as some of these other people that's coming here and taking the benefits. But focus on precious metals. At the very least, get your silver coin. Very least, silver coin. It's very easy. It's not. They're not heavy, and it's a good investment, something to pass down to your children. Our leaders care about the development and sustainability of Africa. Oh, don't care. I can see that. I can see that actually. And it's sad because I get annoyed when people tell me Africa's a third world. There's nothing third world about Africa, at least not in any country I've been to. All I see is, so like, give an example, the biggest difference between Zambia and South Africa. The only difference is Zambia got their independence earlier, so they were punished. All development was taken away, all finances was taken away. When the country was handed over, it wasn't. Things were diverted. There were so many things put in place. How Zambia used to be a big manufacturing plant for cars. I think they said they used to make Subaru here and a couple of other cars here. When I saw the history of it, I'm like, this is crazy. Who tears down an automotive production plant in a country? Like, you don't do that. It doesn't even make sense because even the labor force here is affordable. Let me not even say, be real. The labor force here is cheap. Like here, the labor force matches Chinese or Mexican labor force. which is an Indian labor force, which is some of the cheapest labor forces in the world. Like, I've been trying to figure out all this time, like, why are there no call centers in the southern region of Africa? You all have the best English. Like, all of these things that if they were coming here, you all would start getting financial literacy brought here, because you can't have industrialization without financial literacy. And when you start looking at it, it's all a ploy. It's all a big plan. It was something that was done years ago. It has nothing to do with anybody that's alive now. We've all just been passed down this mess and think this mess is normal. Hold on one second, TikTok. I forgot YouTube is still rolling. Hey, YouTube, I hope you have gotten some value from this. You got to see a little bit of the behind the scenes where people on TikTok get to talk directly to me. So if you want to be able to come on and talk directly to me, have a conversation, just make sure you follow me over at TikTok at Jason Chaney 777. If you have any questions or comments around net worth, assets, and liabilities, leave those down below. If you haven't done so already, make sure you download your free budgeting tracker. It is down in the comments, not in the comments, in the description below. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.